Incredible tennis, and yeah, seeing Mira down like that, I mean, it's understandable. We both fought so hard today, and yeah, it made me emotional seeing her like that. I mean, she was playing so well. She's a defending champion, and I feel like we both won on the court today. I feel like these types of matches, it's always tough that someone has to lose at the end of the day, but yeah, I feel like we both played great, and really happy to be through to the next round.
Have you ever seen a teenage tennis sensation create so much hype that even top rivals stop to watch from the sidelines? That is exactly what happened when Alex Eala arrived in Dubai and completely changed the atmosphere overnight. The crowd energy was non-stop. Cheers echoed through every match, excitement spread across the tournament, and even stars like Anisimova could not ignore the growing buzz surrounding the young Filipina sensation. Suddenly, the event was no longer just about rankings, trophies, or title favorites. It became about one rising teenager capturing the attention of the entire tennis world. But how did Alex Eala become the name everyone in Dubai could not stop talking about?
Ever since I was young, I was like, my idea of when I was gonna grow old is that, or be older, is that I was gonna be a professional tennis player. And growing up, like, that was my only vision in life. And, you know, over the years, my passion for that only grew, and it was backed up, luckily, by my results.
Still can't get enough of Alex Eala? Smash that subscribe button and become part of the growing fan movement following her incredible rise. The Dubai Tennis Championships was expected to be another routine stop on the WTA calendar, a week filled with intense rallies, shifting rankings, and business as usual on the tour. But before the tournament even reached its biggest rounds, something unexpected started happening. The moment Alex Eala stepped onto the court, the entire atmosphere transformed. What should have felt like a neutral tennis arena suddenly sounded like a roaring home crowd thousands of miles away from the Philippines. The cheers grew louder with every match, and it quickly became clear that this was no ordinary breakout moment.
Off guard, to say the least. She was going for broke, had nothing to lose. She pushed you to the limits tonight, but you pulled it off. And how were you able? First of all, what do you think about her game? I mean, look at her future.
Yeah, I mean, she's really good tennis player. Goes for her shots, takes the ball early, rips. Being a lefty is always tricky, competes really well. I mean, obviously she's beaten a lot of top players this week. I don't really think she needs me to tell her that she's a great player, that we're not going to see enough of her, but we definitely are. And she proved that tonight. I mean,
At the heart of that electrifying wave was Alex Eala, and the energy surrounding her became impossible to overlook. What started as simple curiosity rapidly grew into a full-blown phenomenon. Fans flooded the stands, chants echoed throughout the arena, and every rally seemed to ignite even more excitement. With every point she played, it felt as if the hopes and emotions of an entire nation were riding alongside her from thousands of miles away.
So what was your impression of the Filipino audience who watched Alex Eala on Center Court?
My impression of the Filipino fan was so amazing. That's why I stayed to watch the night match, to hear the fans, to feel the energy that comes, because that's all we talk about, but I haven't been able to experience it in person. So I stayed after I was done with work, and I had an absolute amazing experience to see the energy of the crowd.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Even some of the tour's biggest stars started taking notice of the incredible energy surrounding Alex Eala. One of them was Anisimova, a player who knows exactly what it feels like to compete under intense pressure and in front of passionate crowds. But even for someone familiar with the spotlight of the professional circuit, the atmosphere building around Eala in Dubai felt different. The excitement, the crowd reactions, and the non-stop attention had become impossible to ignore.
Is she the biggest draw in women's tennis right now?
Yes.
Is she bigger than Sabalenka? Is she bigger than Coco?
Dude, it's crazy. She's having the same effect that Fonseca was having, like, on the men's side last year in Miami.
It's like Fonseca, but I think it's bigger than Fonseca.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Like, the Doha, like, crowds were insane for her last week.
If she wins a slam, it would be like one of the biggest things in the world.
Yeah, correct.
She's definitely one to watch, obviously because she's so good, but just for the atmosphere. You want to tune into her matches just to see what it's like on the court.
There's got to be, like, a little jealousy maybe from some of the women, that girls come.
Because this was never just about a young player winning tennis matches. It became something much bigger, the kind of moment that reminds people why sports can feel so powerful and emotional in the first place. When Alex Eala arrived at the Dubai Tennis Championships, she carried the same label many rising stars receive early in their careers: talented, exciting, and full of future potential. But within days, those quiet expectations exploded into worldwide attention. Match after match, the stands filled with passionate supporters waving Philippine flags, roaring through every rally, and celebrating every point with an intensity rarely seen for a player competing so far from home. With each victory, the energy inside the arena kept growing stronger. By the time Eala reached the quarterfinals, her run had become one of the defining stories of the entire tournament. Her remarkable momentum eventually came to an end against Coco Gauff, but the atmosphere surrounding her remained one of the biggest talking points in Dubai. One of the most memorable reactions came from Amanda Anisimova during a press conference following her own match. Instead of focusing only on rankings, tactics, or the usual post-match analysis, Anisimova found herself talking about the crowd energy surrounding Eala. She spoke with genuine admiration, recognizing how rare it is for a player competing far from home to receive such overwhelming and unified support from the fans.
What did you make of her run in Miami and her as a player?
Yeah, I thought it was really fascinating. She uses her leftiness really well. When she went on that run, it was really impressive how she handled the big moments on the stadium court. What's interesting about her draw in Madrid is if she beats Tomova, who does she play second round? It would be Swiatek, who has that bye. So I love this in women's tennis right now, where you get like a compelling matchup, maybe a month after the first one, they could play.
For a player who has spent years traveling across the professional circuit, competing in everything from sold-out stadiums to quiet weekday sessions, the difference was impossible to miss. According to Amanda Anisimova, the atmosphere surrounding Alex Eala felt truly extraordinary. The energy inside the arena was so intense that even players who were not part of the match could feel it from the sidelines. Anisimova even admitted that the excitement kept her around longer than usual, simply because she wanted to keep watching Eala compete. Normally, professional players leave the venue soon after finishing their own matches, saving both physical and mental energy for the next round. But Dubai felt different. With the tournament hotel located close to the venue, players had a rare opportunity to relax, sit in the stands, and enjoy tennis purely as fans again. Free from the pressure of strategy, nerves, and expectations, they could simply appreciate the sport they fell in love with growing up. That was exactly the atmosphere during one of Eala's biggest matches earlier in the tournament. The crowd responded to every rally with incredible passion, erupting with thunderous applause after her winners and celebrating nearly every momentum shift in the match. At times, the emotion inside the stadium became so intense that fans even reacted loudly when her opponents made mistakes, a moment that sparked mild controversy during one of the earlier rounds.
A lot of people are saying that she could be one of the most popular players on the tour.
I would say so. She packs every court that she goes to. Even that late night match still had a great crowd around there. It's one of my favorite aspects about tennis. Tennis is a global sport. Tennis is something that everyone could play, watch, enjoy. And then hearing all the fans say, I buy Tennis Channel so I can watch Alex.
Oh,
and
yeah.
there's a deal, $77 for 1 year. It's going on. You can get it on Tennis Channel.
Okay, wait. That's for all you Filipinos. You can subscribe to the Tennis Channel for.
During Alex Eala's match against Serena Sirsti, a few moments stood out for reasons beyond the tennis itself. Some spectators were seen reacting loudly to unforced errors from the Romanian player, a response that left Sirsti visibly frustrated on court. In tennis, crowd behavior is usually expected to remain respectful and neutral, so moments like these can feel out of place. Still, most players on tour did not view it entirely negatively. Instead, they saw it as a reflection of something deeper happening in the stands, pure, unfiltered passion. The fans were not just watching a match, they were emotionally invested in a rising story unfolding in real time. For Amanda Anisimova, that level of energy was something to appreciate rather than criticize. She viewed it as a reminder of how powerful the sport can become when a crowd connects with a player's journey. When Eala earned a hard-fought win earlier in the tournament, Anisimova even admitted it was genuinely entertaining to watch from the sidelines. Stepping away from competition allowed her to enjoy the drama of the match without the pressure of being on court, simply experiencing tennis as a fan for once. While Eala's impressive run in Dubai eventually ended in the quarterfinals at the Dubai Tennis Championships, the tournament itself continued to deliver high-intensity moments. Anisimova's own path also became more demanding, including a tense three-set battle against Mira Andreeva in one of the most dramatic matches of the week, testing both players' resilience to the limit.
How tennis, the last couple of decades, you get countries that wouldn't even be mentioned as a tennis country. You can
Mhm.
hardly even remember a player from the
Mhm.
Philippines, and then you all of a sudden get this talent. I like the story, the connection with Rafa Nadal and his academy.
Yeah. Mhm.
She's a lefty. A couple of times when she produced some forehands, I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
I see. It's tough to compare anybody's forehand to Nadal, but
The win carried Amanda Anisimova deeper into the later stages of the tournament and moved her within reach of another major milestone. At that point in the competition, she was just 2 victories away from capturing her 3rd WTA 1000 title, a result that would further strengthen her status among the tour's elite. But the road ahead was far from straightforward. In the semifinals, she was set to face fellow American Jessica Pegula, an opponent who had consistently proven difficult throughout their previous encounters. In fact, Anisimova had not yet managed to defeat her in any of their past meetings, a statistic that added an extra layer of pressure heading into the match. To reach the final in Dubai, she would need to overcome an opponent she had never beaten before, a classic psychological challenge in professional tennis, where past results often linger in a player's mind and shape expectations in future clashes. Looking further ahead in the draw, potential final opponents included top names like Coco Gauff and Elena Rybakina, both capable of dominating on any given day. Interestingly, her past record suggested a slightly more favorable matchup against Gauff, having won 2 of their previous 3 meetings.